Hey, it's Leandra at the new Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program Kentucky facility. Here with me today for our Trainer Tip Tuesday is Troubled Affair. And Troubled Affair is in training with us. He's a big goofball. He's this really sweet horse, but he's shown a couple of times to be nervous about new parts of the transition in the training program. One of those things being mounting and being at the mounting block. So I figured we would pull him out here today. I actually haven't ridden him yet, and we'll see what happens and we can work through what we see. So first and foremost, if I'm on the ground with him, you can see the mounting block is next to him and he's not acting overtly skittish around it. So I'll give him the opportunity to smell it. We can take a walk around the block, see if he wants to sniff it and just get familiar with it. And meanwhile, every horse is going to react differently. So this is really a situation where you need to play it by ear based off of how they're responding to it. And he's mostly interested in kind of playing with me and being a little mouthy and trying to figure out the situation, just being playful. So let's go ahead. We'll put the reins over his head. And then I will move the block around maybe, see if he's nervous with just the sound of it, and so far so good. Hey boy! We can kind of chat with them, give him a rub, and it's a little bit of a distraction, just that tactile part of it where you're touching them. It's just sort of redirecting their nerves, but in this case also kind of confirming the good behavior in this sense, not so much the mouthiness, but just him not reacting. So I'll start making some sound, again just watching to see how he reacts. If any of this bothers him, then we can stop there, consider that kind of like a yellow light effect, and then we could back off and visit it again, but he doesn't seem too worried at this point. So when I'm standing at the top of the block and you're kind of at the point where you're ready to get on, I'll scratch him by the withers. Again, this is sort of tactile diversion where you're getting them to think about something else and not just anticipate something that might make them nervous. I might shake around the stirrups before I put my foot in it, pat him on the bum, and so far he's being pretty good. Hi, thank you. So I'll put my foot in, some weight into it, and again that'll give me an opportunity, if he doesn't respond well, to have an opportunity to step back. So this actually just goes to show you that you can't treat the same horse like he's going to have the same day every day. So not to say that he didn't have a moment of anxiety or several moments, but it just goes to show that horses can change. They can have different days. So the next time we go about this, he might be anxious, but it's good to approach them like it's going to be a fresh situation every time. Horses, like I said, can have good days and bad days, just like people. So let's not speak too soon. I'll see what he does when we walk off. So short my reins a little bit. You can see he's not thrilled about having a little leg contact. So I'm more kind of scooping my pelvis because he wasn't thrilled about just having leg. And he's not the happiest right now. But maybe we can distract him. You can see him thinking about other things. Good boy. And positive affirmation. Good boy. And this is the first time that he's been out here in the outdoors, so maybe there's just a lot of things distracting him. But either way, it's a great thing to do to try to change the scenery when you can, because they have a really great memory for movement. That's why baby horses can stand and move within an hour of being born. That's just built into the way that they have developed evolutionarily, that their movement has a very concrete place in their brain. So they have a great memory for this kind of thing. So point being that having a positive experience like this, where he has had previous negative experiences, this is great, because when we're talking about rewiring a horse's brain or like the reprogramming process where you're creating new neural pathways, in order to create a new effect in the cause and effect. So in this instance, having anxiety towards the mounting block, ideally you want to create more good moments so that they can restructure that pathway and not by default go to the negative experience. So in order to create new pathways, it's great to change your settings and just have moments like this where they're having an okay time, because then hopefully that sticks and we can firm up that neural pathway that's this positive experience where he's not going to have a nervous reaction. So here is a great example of a trainer tip Tuesday situation where things aren't quite always going to be what we expect, but in this case it's better than we expected, which again is not to say it would be like this every time, but these are just some good pointers either way for just approaching a horse who would have anxiety by the mounting block. So like I was showing you, getting them familiar with the setting, testing out with sounds and all different sorts of ways to restructure the way that they think about the process. So hopefully that is of some use, and be on the lookout for more from Trouble the Fair here. Thanks for joining us today.